What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Hat Talk Army Collectors Spotlight Episode 3, and we have a very special guest today. Please join me in welcoming in a longtime fan of Hat Talk Live and a collector of Goorin Bros Hats. For the first time ever on a Hat Talk Live show, give it up for Jeff Blair. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Big T? How you doing?
How you doing on this Saturday morning? It's a first for Hat Talk Live. It's probably the earliest Hat Talk Lives that we've ever done.
Oh yeah, man. Well, I'm an early bird. I've been up since about 6 o'clock this morning, man. So I'm ready to get it going every day.
Yeah, you're an early bird though. You like to do you get up that early every day?
No, well, I mean I work overnight, so
Okay.
I really don't sleep much at all. So
No. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. I can relate to that a little bit. It's tough for me to sleep these days after the year I've had, but it is what
yeah,
it is. So let's get right into it. I mean, so what's your earliest memory of watching Hat Talk Live, or like how you got into watching Hat Talk Live and things like that? Like where do how did you get into this?
yeah. I had been off social media for a while. Got back on Instagram, basically because of these hats. I'm not gonna lie. So my friend puts me onto the app. I'm like, man, I gotta follow these guys on Instagram. I get on there. I see there's a million different ambassadors, so I'm looking, I don't know what's going on yet. I stumble upon you, Big T. So I'm like, this guy, you already had a good following. You had a big army of people. You were doing the show back then, I believe. So I mean, I'd watch it and I'd be like, man, they got this kind of community already for these hats, and I'm just getting in it. And I was just in awe of the whole everything you got. So I'm gonna be happy to finally be able to say I can come to one of your live events in Orlando. Looking forward, man.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You'll be here in less than 2 weeks now, like 2 weeks from yesterday and today. You'll be here in person. Little like for the transparency, this is the first time that we've ever talked. Like we've talked
aside from just texting, yeah.
Yeah, we've just been messaging each other for probably over 2 years.
Years plus,
this is first time hearing your voice and face to face, and then we're going to meet each other in 2 weeks. So it's going to go like that. So
yeah, no doubt, man. And definitely glad to hear that you guys can get hit very hard by that hurricane, because I know it's got to be a scary feeling just moving down there and then all of a sudden you got a damn major hurricane coming down that way.
Yeah, it's sometimes I have that luck. that's I have lucky streaks, but I actually, we did luck out though, because we were spared, and losing Wi-Fi for a couple hours is no big deal. So
yeah, exactly. I'm glad we get to do this, and we both got a hat. I don't have OG, and you don't have this one yet. So
yeah, So it's and I won't rub it in your face that you don't have OG, because some people would do.
But, well, I wanted to talk about that. Let's just go right into that. Sure. I'm all for fans of Goorin Bros. Like, if you love a hat and you're like, I got to go back in time and grab it, I say do it. However how much you're willing to spend. But then when it becomes like a pissing contest, like, oh, well, I got all it, like, you're showboating it around. It's like, that's cool. But in reality, just buy what you like, man. Just make it for you. Every hat I buy is because I love the hat. If I see it, as soon as I see it, I'm like, man, I'm grabbing it. Just like this one, man. People, I don't care if somebody doesn't like it.
There's a certain group of people who they're buying things because of the so-called prestige around them, and really all they're doing with it is holding it out for a photo, and then they just go on and pass it on to the next buyer and everything. And it's almost like a status thing with this certain group of guys where they're just, I've got this.
Yeah, and it's cool, but also we don't tuck tags. I got the bite job tag right here.
Yep. Yeah, we don't wear hats with tags or cardboard. You don't keep cardboard in your hat, do you?
No. Cardboard in there.
It's not meant to be worn with the cardboard or the price tag in there.
Yeah, I popped that thing out. I noticed when you get the bite job, the cardboard on the inside is like flimsier than the normal cardboard we get.
Oh, is it?
I got rid of. Yeah, I don't know if they.
Is it like that felt?
Changing stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like the dead hat came with that felt and the cardboard earlier this year.
Yeah.
So
it's got the regular farm tag.
Oh yeah, no limited on there. Again, tags.
I don't care about that stuff, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know a lot of people focus on that, but tags are really to be honest, they're inconsistent. Like
Yeah.
the white tag will show up in certain stuff. You'll see it buckle and DTLR. And then like, a Friday drop like you've got, you're seeing the black tag. Don't focus so much on tagging as far as limited or not limited. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. It
it,
doesn't
it's
matter.
it doesn't. It really doesn't. So it doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of it. So how long have you been collecting? Like, I mean, like, I even hate saying collecting. I like, how long have you been enjoying and buying Goorin hats?
Yeah, it's been it'll be going on 3 years here. Since me and you probably known each other online for the last couple two plus.
Yeah.
I had a good friend that, he'd always have, a brand new Goorin hat. I didn't even know what they were at the time. You'd see a lot of people with the Panther hat, stuff like the basic stuff, but he'd come with some funky stuff. So he kind of put me on the app. And that's when I kind of got on there. And I love the setup on how you can, you're waiting for the drop. And that's another thing. Do you notice on the app how now it looks like they're going back to how it used to be where you don't get the preview? Did you
Oh,
notice the new
really?
drops on there? I scrolled in. Go look at it real quick. It's showing like it used to be. How you
The
don't even see a glimpse of the hat anymore.
Well, Spooky Bones, there's a reason I think that they did that way.
Yeah.
But
But look at I should call them.
I didn't even realize these are on here, so I didn't even see these yet.
Yeah, so I know, and I kind of like that. I kind of like how it used to be. You don't see anything until the hat pops up. And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh man. And it gets less people going, what Big T, when they go, man, this hat's trash, and you see like 10% of the hat. This is garbage.
It's like 2% of the hat, and it's like you're a moderator in our chat. Side note: when you're not getting kicked out of there for posting boner pics in there, you got banned for what, a day?
I got banned for a day. How do I get banned for posting a pic of Will Ferrell and Anchorman in a PG-13 movie?
I don't even know. I didn't even realize.
I thought it was funny. I'm like, how do you kick me out for that?
Yeah,
But
I didn't even
I had been
realize.
warned already for that earlier. I forgot I had ever tried to
Oh,
post
you had a warning, and then you got banned out. So I didn't even realize that could happen in my chat. So I'm glad that Facebook's watching my chat too for me. So you're a moderator in my group, so you see a lot of the stuff that goes on and everything in there, and like the commentary, like people will be like passing these judgments. So like, yeah, I don't think I'm buying this week. Like, and they're seeing like that little sliver of the fucking corner of the brim. And I'm like, really?
Exactly. And I'm not a bully, by the way. I got called a bully because, hey, look, we got a standard to get in there. You sign up for it. If I say, hey, just don't do this or that, nobody's trying to pick. I'm a nice guy. At the end of the day, if you know me, I like to have fun. I like to be happy.
Me too.
I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna,
I think me and you come from that same generation. We're not. It's tougher for us to relate to this like younger generation where everybody's coddled and stuff, and like you got to be nice, and we're not. I don't think me and you are in that. Like
I got a 21-year-old daughter, man. My son
so
is almost 18. So trust me, I've dealt with all kinds of stuff. So I kind of just like to cut to the chase and get to the point.
Me too. And I appreciate you, everything you do in that group. I think you've been, it has been since like May, I want to guess. I mean, it's been a while. May or June, maybe, that I added you in there. So
yeah, appreciate you adding me in there,
No, well, I mean, again, you're somebody who's knowledgeable. You know your shit. So I mean, and that's the part of the main criteria. And like that's what we need is admins and moderators and like people who are capable to weed out. Like again, we don't want the scumbags in there, and we definitely don't want people who are going to rip anybody off in there. So that's the thing. So we need people like you and JD Larios charisma, and
got a good group of guys in there.
Crazy off too. So
yeah.
We got a great crowd for a Saturday morning in here. Guys, feel free to ask any questions of Jeff while you're in here. If you have any questions for him, we'll talk about. So let's go back to the beginning. What was your first hat that you had?
I think my very first hat was, I believe, just an all black lone wolf hat.
Okay, same. Well, lone wolf was Navy. I had the Navy lone wolf was my first one. So that very,
Yeah, man. It spoke to me, that patch. And shortly after that, I had grabbed I had a goat hat and I had a champion hat. Those were like my first three. And then, I got the slick hat. It's one of my favorites. Don't see that one very often.
You've got a good collection of some of the older Friday drops. So like, did you grab some of your favorites that you wanted to show off today? Like, or like some of your, top picks or anything?
Man, what for like this year?
Well, just that, just some of your favorites. Like, I mean, Amazing is a great hat. That's
this one. I judge
my
when I'm doing my ratings on these hats. I judge it by how quick I go. Holy shit! When it hits the hat. Of course, this one. I know this has a lot of meaning to you, but to me as well. This got to be up there, top 1, 2. I know I said center, but smashed.
That was my number one for the halfway through point, but we'll see how that holds up in the second half of the year.
I think even last year, I got Straight Up there, Cutthroat. Those great two, hat. Like when Straight Up came out and that hit, it was one where you couldn't see any part of the hat until it dropped.
Yep.
And as soon as it dropped, I even remember having a conversation with you on Instagram saying, man, it would be really cool if they had like a giraffe's head pop through the patch or something. Something along those lines. And when they had it embroidered all the way down the brim, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, shit.
You called it. I can't remember if I had seen that one while you were saying that. Like, I didn't, like, I think I might have seen that one a little bit early. And then you were saying that, and I was just like, man, this guy, it seems like he knows something or saw something too.
This one.
Yeah.
I remember having a conversation about this one too, where I was like, they need to have like a spider crawling off the patch or something.
Yeah. And I did not, that one I did not see earlier. That one caught me off guard. And I remember messaging our favorite designer and I was like, whoa, you didn't give me a fucking heads up on this one today? Like,
well, I talked to him about that and he said, I'm firing whoever told you. I said, I swear, nobody told me shit.
Nobody. I don't think anybody knew. Like, I definitely didn't know that day. And it was, do you remember the controversy that day in the comments and the Goorin post where people were talking about like how it was walking away from its kids or something like that? Like it walked off the patch and stuff. Like people have like these wild imaginations of like,
that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it all, right? The fact that all these hats can speak to you in a million different ways. What you may hate, I might love. What I love, you hate. So I just feel like at the end of the day, these are the very stylish hats, a million different colorways, different styles of materials, and the quality is A++. That's why everybody's in here. I guarantee anybody watching this right now, I know that's why you're here and why you represent for Goorin, because the level that they've leveled up in 2024, in my opinion, I mean, they've taken it to a level where I never thought anybody could go, because I had people saying, oh, they kind of falling off. What happened to the simple days? What happened when they made simple hats? I'm like, nobody wants those anymore. I want a hat that's got the most going on. Like the quality aspect is through the roof.
Go buy a core hat.
Yeah, they got core hats galore.
That's not what Friday drops are. Friday drops aren't the fucking basic, boring shit. That you want a solid color hat, go buy the core. They're right on Goorin.com, Goorin World app right now. Go buy those.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead and give Gio a hell no on this answer here. I don't know what your feeling is, but
hell no. Hey, that one, as soon as I saw that one hit the app, I threw my phone against the wall. That's what happened when I saw that one.
You broke a fucking phone on Mermaid.
That's the top 10. That's everybody's top 10 worst.
It's
bottom 10. I'm with you on that one.
I can't stand that
joke because we all know how trash it can be. I hate to say that because there's somebody else who's like a Little Mermaid fan or something. I mean, it's probably the favorite hat they've ever seen. But
and it's a well-made hat. It's a great well-made hat. But I just don't feel it's for me. So like when I say it's a piece of shit, I just like I hate saying that too. It's like, but it's just not my
not my cup.
Not my cup of big tea.
Big T right there.
So yeah, everybody likes to tease me about it. You'll see a bunch of mermaid hats at my event in a couple weeks too, because they love to wear it just to fuck with me.
That's what I did not buy. I did not.
Yeah, buy. I don't own either one of them. Not the pants at the bottom or the topless or the top down, whatever. I don't own either one of those hats. You won't catch me in that hat. You are near the Dallas store. So you frequent the Dallas store.
Yeah, I've been
I've
there a
never
lot of
been to that store. How is that? Like, what's your experience there? The workers there and stuff. Do they know you?
Yeah, it's cool. Uh, but anytime I go in there, it's a lot of the stuff that you can get online. So
Yeah.
if I go in there and they got a lot of the capsules. Last time we went in there, my wife, she got the one that said, I think it's white and it says Goorin in like red.
Yeah.
She got that one. Her sister got one that said Bestie on it. So if you want to go in there and just cop a random hat, I got the Fly, the micro suede one that says Fly, your favorite animal on that
Yeah,
patch.
fuck you, bat.
The bat, I had to get it. I
do
don't
like that hat,
bats.
but I hate bats.
If you hate bats, you're gonna say, yeah, fuck that hat.
Yeah,
But
I might still get it anyway.
yeah, I went in there one time and one of the girls that works in there had on the Beyond Friday drop. And I thought it was cool because that's one I did not grab. But you can't buy a Friday hat out the store. So
yeah, you used to be able to, but not anymore because the scumbags did some stuff. So
bastards.
They ruined it for
always somebody ruined it for everybody, right?
Yep. That's what they did. They used to go in with teams and then buy them all up, and also like we also had some store managers who were kind of like leaking stuff out and things like that shouldn't have been doing stuff that they shouldn't have been doing, and it is, it is what it is. So, as far as, let me see what else notes I had on you. You do a cool thing that I've seen like on your Instagram, and definitely give your Instagram out on here too, so people can follow you. You've paired up hats with record albums, which is something creative and unique. Creativity and something different. Huh? Where have I heard that before?
Yeah, and that's another thing that drew me to you when I first, you always did the hat with the kicks. And I always appreciated that because even though I wasn't in on the Goorin Bros hats yet, I still was like big time. I used to have a lot of fitted hats, and I'd always have my hat sneakers had to match ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So the beauty of it is seeing that and realizing all the different avenues I could go down with these hats. I was like, I'm in, and so salute to you for always holding it down with that. And, so I do that from time to time, you know what I mean? Because that's just in my DNA. But at the same time, with the records, I have a record collection. I started realizing they match a lot of my hats. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, and music is big to me. So, music, hats, and sneakers. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, and like you said before, like it's whatever draws you in, like however you can, like whatever the meaning is with the hat, like whatever resonates with you. It could be 100 different directions that it could go. Like you could see an album and you're like, oh my God, this matches this album cover. That's why I want this hat. For somebody else, it's the word on the patch or the animal or the design, whatever it is. But there's so many different things, like, and I feel like that's what this community like really is like. We've been brought together by the hats first. Like we wouldn't know each other if it wasn't for our love of the brand and the hats and everything. But then like what you'll see in a couple weeks is going to bring you even to another level when you come to my live event. It's like we become a family. Like you're going to be instantly welcomed by everybody. We'll have some drinks and everything. And it's going to be like, it's like you've got friends for life. Like you're going to feel comfortable with these people, like, cause you'll find other things that you have in common with them and, other things in life that you share and everything. So it's like, that's what the great part of like Hat Talk Live and everything. It's not just hats. It's a family, a community, and everything.
Yes, sir.
You're originally from Baltimore, right? Like, is that
from Maryland originally. Okay. Well, I've lived everywhere. I've lived West Virginia. I've lived Georgia, Washington State. Now I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas. Been here since 2021. So okay. I'm a Texas guy, but I'm not originally from Texas, so I can't claim that. But
no. You like it? Do you like your
area? I love it out here. Yeah, I love Dallas. Super nice out here.
Yeah, and you're a Ravens fan. We were having some fun that night when they were stomping the Bills.
And you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. But you hit me up like a real man, so I appreciate that.
I said, congrats. I said, it's over. Because I know my team. When they're playing like that shit, I knew it was over. So
yeah, man.
Gio's got a question. Do you have a specific hat color that is your go-to? I'm gonna guess, and I feel like you're kind of a purple guy. Like with the Ravens.
I do. It's just you don't see those drops very often, especially on a Friday.
It hasn't been.
I hold out. You know what? The colorway, matter of fact, like this one right here, right? This one and this one are similar
Kind of,
in ways, right?
yes,
I'm
fall
a huge,
colors.
yeah, I think I'm a huge fan of the fall colorways because even though this one probably isn't in everybody's top 5 of the year, for me, this one to me, I swear to God, I got it way up there, man. Just everything about it, from the corduroy to the upside down, you know,
Yeah. I want to have
rainbow.
our favorite designer on again to talk about that one because he's told me some stuff and like that one even was a surprise to him how well that was received because
Yeah,
not every drop is meant to be drop
yeah,
of the year. And he made that hat with kind of like the, all right, like this will give people a little bit of like, not like saying like, oh, nobody's going to buy it, but it's like
yeah.
people are going to see this and they're going to be like, maybe I don't need this one this week. I'll wait till next week. And a lot of people seem to like that hat.
But even me, I swear, when that one dropped, I was back and forth on it. I was like, oh man, I don't know. And in about 30 minutes in, I was like, I swear, there was so much going on in the head. I didn't even realize that the tag was
Yep.
upside down on the brim until as soon as I saw that, I'm like, why didn't I buy this? So I got it and it sold out like 2 minutes after that. So
Yep.
being that I love that hat, I just feel blessed that I didn't wait too long because
Yep.
normally I don't want to wait that long on a drop because you know
You
how
don't,
the drop used to be. You know, the drop will come out. If you don't get it in 2 minutes, shit out of luck.
yeah, you don't see too many resellers selling that one either. And in our
Yeah.
group anyway, now, I mean, I haven't seen too many people popping that one up there. So, and that one has a lot of things that you'll probably never see again on another Goorin hat. So that's what makes that one special.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's something you got to think about with these hats, man. Like sometimes if you think deeper on it, I've I'm not gonna say I passed on a lot that I completely like, oh my God, I completely wish I would have got that one. But there's times when I buy and then by the time I get it in my hand, I'm like, wow, if I would have passed on this, that would have been dumb because the
Yep.
quality or like even with the one that just dropped. Let's talk about that. That's
Sure.
another reason to have this happen on Saturday because the Friday dropped yesterday, right?
Yes. A good
So
recap.
yeah, I feel like that's a banger. Like I feel like as soon as I saw that, people are gonna think, oh man, look, it's got tied in the back like a boxing glove. This is ridiculous. I'm telling you, when you get that in your hand, I already know I'm gonna love the hat. It's probably gonna be super fire with the quality.
Again,
That
I don't
leather,
have it yet, but like from the first time that I saw the photos when I was discussing it, it's double layer leather. It looks like it's a heavy
it's
quality hat,
heavy. And
and
it's
I
about to be
guarantee
cold outside. So it's not like
it's
it
gonna
dropped through the
be.
middle of the summertime.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be something that people are gonna realize, like you said, they're once they get it in hand, they're gonna be like, oh shit, like kind of like trusty level. Like that one became something big because of the quality on trusty. Like
Yeah.
it's a heavy leather quality hat, like all the way around. And like people now seek out that hat. I mean, that's probably a $150, $200 hat at this point, easily.
Yeah,
So
and with
resale
FICA,
it.
it's the little stuff. Like me and my boy Tommy, he's in the fan group. I talk to him all the time. We text
Sure.
back and forth about every drop, and like the fact that like under the brim looks like it's the inside of the glove when you put it on. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
little quality stuff like that you don't think about till you get it in hand, and
Right.
it's like I think outside of you're wearing a glove on your head. No, you're wearing a hat.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's not
And
a
you ain't
glove.
gonna, I saw some people were like, oh, I'm gonna take the laces out and stuff like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh
you can
fuck
do what
it.
you want. That's the
Yeah,
beauty of
do
it.
it. But don't say it's defective or nothing when those laces are missing on the hat.
Because I took the bandana off of this
You
one.
took it off. Yeah, I
I mean,
haven't worn, you have to take the bandana
if
off.
you keep it on, I mean, that's fine. But I mean, for me, I was like, I love that hat. I know
Yeah.
that I can so I get it if you want to do something like that. But
Jared
you know,
Football is asking you about best matchup from fit to hat and shoe. I know you're a 90-60 Nation guy. You're a big fan of the New Balance 90-60s and stuff too. One of your favorite matchups, I believe, is like you've got a pair I don't even have. And Awkward is one of the ones I've seen you rock a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah. So awkward, that being one of the only, purple and yellow colorway drops they've had.
Yep.
And I had those 90-60. That's like a butterscotch yellow, but also, uh, we already know about the fours and smash, Big T, because you put that one on blast. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that hat and those were coming out, I was just like you, man. I said I gotta get those blue military fours with smash. And then, okay, hold on.
Hold on a second. You mean you didn't say, "Oh, come on, Big T, you can do better"?
Oh, hell, yeah. Anybody said that, get the hell on out of here. Drained and then these joints right here. This one's one of my favorite.
There's so much black, red, and white from Nike, though. Like, you could literally pull out like 50 Nike Jordans that that would match that. Like that's a top 10 hat to me. Drained. Like, I love that.
Yeah,
I've worn that hat so much since it came out.
Yeah, man. I'm with you on the quality of the sneaker. It's the little stuff too. It's the simple fact that the white pops out on those, and then Drain has the white on the ice, the milk carton on there.
Yep.
That's little stuff that I get into. You know, I'm real particular about stuff like that.
For sure.
I got this hat.
You got this one?
This black and orange, this Nomad.
How's the material on that? It's not like necessarily like a satin material. It's something else, right? It's a little different.
It's okay. It's like a rain jacket material.
Okay.
If you think about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wear this hat top because it's got a little bit of orange in there. The underbrim, fire.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'll have to pick that. I think those are going to be coming to Goorin, so eventually I'll grab that one there probably. Any funny stories or anything that you have? Like, can you think of any funny, like, did you ever lose a hat or anything? Or is there any, funny stories with hats or anything you have?
Not really funny, but I will say on Hat Talk Live that one time when the herpes drop was coming out.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about some of the best times I remember when everybody, that's the beauty of the community. When everybody comes together, everybody's got a sense of humor. Everybody's in there just riffing on whenever they name a drop, something like herpes, and you can have fun. And you don't get booted for it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Facebook.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun night for the show. So everybody was trying to get herpes the next day and everything. Herpes, it actually was.
Herpes, yeah. Hermes.
If you had to pick right now, like, what's your favorite so far this year?
Yeah, center, man.
Is it
for me? I grew up Catholic, going to the Catholic church, and I went to private school when I was a kid, and it's stuff like that, man. That type of quality detail on these hats is insane. Even the detail on the outside is on the inside.
Yep.
Yeah, this crazy. Like you said, it's crazy. At this point, I mean, they've stepped up so much on the quality that it's absurd at this point. I'm thinking, what more can we do at this point?
Yeah, Center was absolutely a special drop. Like, and they knew it too. Like, they knew that one was like a potential drop of the year. I'm not saying anything until January, but they kind of have a feeling that one, like, they know what
if we had to do up until this point.
Yeah.
It's for me, if I gotta say, it's that 1A, 1B, that is smash.
Yeah. I might be with you.
But also
Smash holds a special place.
I love Drifter, even though the quality on that may be not like an upper tier all around, but just the beauty of that hat and the imagery. Different. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't have the patch, you know what I mean? It's kind of just the outline.
Yeah, there's more of a story to that. When I get him on again, if you're watching, there's more of a story to Drifter too. Actually, that hat didn't quite turn out exactly how it was originally imagined.
Yeah, but that one's fire to me. Tangy, you didn't even get. Did you not? You didn't even get Tangy.
I think that's one of the two that I don't have from this year.
That one blew. That one I love because Roadkill was always a low key favorite of mine because the under brim with the asphalt. And they did it on the whole brim. And I thought that's a magnificent hat to have in your collection.
Now, in all fairness, that was the day after. Well, that was the date of my mom passing. So I was not in hat mode that day.
I understand that. And
that was just, I looked at it quick and I was just like, don't need it. I'm good. And I'm moving. Like, I was just in a rough.
I feel that. I understand that.
But again, quality definitely was not the issue on anything this year. Like, it's going to be hard to do my not top 10 show in January because usually I I picked those hats that just like, this one didn't quite hit because this was off. This was done poorly or something.
And there's been times where I've gone 7 consecutive weeks with pass every week in the past. Not necessarily this year, but maybe last year towards the end of the year. There were time after time where I'm like, nah, not for me, because I do tend, even though I love these hats and I'm a collector, I guess at this point, it's got to speak to me on a certain level. So if it doesn't, but I'm not going to berate you for buying it. And that's my issue with people. Like, why are you trying to down this guy for buying a hat just because you don't like it? One thing I got to say, buy hats for what they are, not for what you want them to be. Because too many people are out here saying, if they did this or that, it would have been, well, you go make hats. How about that?
That was going on yesterday too. It was like, it should say this on it. It should say that on it. It should do this. And I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Oh no, and it's like, there's only so much defense that I can put up. And I'm just like, look, this is what's put out. This is what's in front of you. Either you like it or you don't. I mean, just move on. We don't need 5 comments telling us why you didn't buy it. Because honestly, we really don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't care.
This hat had a fucking branch coming off the top of the blade.
I mean, one comment is enough. If you say, like, look, I didn't like this, I'm not moving on. See you guys on Monday. Cool. That's fine with me. You know what I mean? Like, but some people got to get in there and they're just boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, fucking come on, move on, dude.
People are negative, and it's like, I can make a joke about a drop like a mermaid when it came out, but I'm not going to harp on it. And if somebody tells me they absolutely love it, I go, hey, that's cool, man. I'm not going to make fun of you for it. I mean, damn, you're allowed to like what you like. I like what I like.
And we had to remove people for that. Like, that's when people couldn't understand that. Like, I literally had somebody go like, oh, I missed the drop today. And the guy goes, you didn't miss much. I go, fucking, what the fuck, dude? Don't say that shit. Like,
I know, like, come on, man.
You're putting people down. Like, we're Goorin Bros fans and Goorin Bros fans Facebook group. We're not Goorin Bros haters here. So it's like,
what are you in here?
How many are you in any Nike groups? When Nike drops something like the Howard Lows today, I'm sure you were in groups today bitching about the Howard Lows because you didn't fucking like them, right?
Yeah, it infuriated me to the point I almost didn't do this show, BT.
Yeah, like I'm out fucking running and shit. Like, I ain't fucking commenting nowhere. I was like, I know what's coming on Saturday. I'm not buying it. I don't need to post it anywhere why I didn't buy it.
They did the same shit on the military force, man. They're over there complaining like, oh, the ones back then were way better than this. They shouldn't have did this and that. And I'm like, man,
you're wrong too, because those match the OGs better than the fucking ones that they've put out since.
Exactly. This is the closest to the OG, which is the reason why we want them in the first place, because we're from the era when they came out.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the new generation. Like, they've seen different things in 2012 and they're like, oh, that's the color. And that's not the OG color. Like, that's not, and it didn't have a Jumpman on the back. It had Nike Air on the ass.
Exactly. And people they're ill-informed. Too many people aren't as informed as they believe that they are, right? So it's our job, I think, if we have a good knowledge and understanding of some, to just teach people. And if they don't like what we say, it's not because we're trying to be assholes about it. It's just like, no, this is just what it is. That's why I respect you, because you come off, you keep it 100 all the time. Like, you're not over here bullshitting people, man. I feel like me and you, we're alike in that way, that I'm never going to tell you something just to say it. I don't expect you to trust me on everything, but I'm going to keep it funky all the time.
Yep. Yeah. And that's where I come from. It's like, look, if you don't like something, that's okay. You don't have to buy it. I'm not going to sit here and force anybody. I'm going to tell you what I think. And I know it's kind of redundant this year, because I've said a lot of times this year that it's a banger and it's nice, because it has been. And like, when it hasn't been, I'm kind of quiet.
I know people in real life who love these hats that aren't affiliated with the brand. It's not like, of course you say this, you're affiliated. I think you're thinking too much about it. Why don't you just sit back and realize that people do love these hats? We got a large community of people that enjoy buying these hats because they like wearing them. They love having them in hand. They like having them displayed or whatever we do.
Yep. And And that's why I represent, because I believe in this brand, because I do love, and I wouldn't be here representing something that I didn't truly love and believe in. So it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if and first and foremost, our favorite designer is the one I support the most in this. So, I mean, it's like, I'm like a favorite designer guy, even above the brand guy, because I appreciate his creativity the most of everything. That's what I always say.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of his and what he does with these hats, man. Now he might get tired of me tagging him all the time on my posts and just tag, because you know what? I can't believe, how far they've come and since he's taken over designing these hats. I mean, it's like, wow. So
Yep.
I'm just waiting to see what we got coming the end of the year here. And I know we got a lot of heat coming.
On Monday too. We're filming
Oh,
this on a Saturday morning, so
if I
Monday is
didn't
going
get,
to be fun. You ready for the chat on Monday? Hopefully you're allowed back in time for that.
they better let me back in, man.
Yeah,
I
you
just
better.
wanted to make a post about the boner. I'm trying to make a joke.
Yeah, hopefully Facebook lets you back in. I don't have any control. I didn't remove you. You told me you were removed. I didn't know.
I know you didn't remove me,
No.
but that, yeah, the simple fact that I already have a good idea of what's coming, I love it just like you.
Yes.
Because the quality, I can guarantee you that the quality coming up on this one that's coming out on Monday, and we know what we're talking about, is higher than the original. It's a guarantee.
Yes. Yes.
So you're going to say, damn, I got this patch on this hat versus that.
Yep.
Which one would you rather have? Give me the one that's coming most likely, even though I haven't even seen it yet.
There's so many people though, like, that just want to have that.
Yeah, they want to say this is the original. I get it.
No. I mean, I'm saying, I don't think they're going to care about the original after Monday, to be honest.
That too, because
they will care about the original. They're going to still try and hype up the original because they're like, with their fucking shit photos and everything. But they're going to be in trouble after. Never mind. You shouldn't even go there.
Do the hats you have and you wear, do they make you personally happy, or do you have them because you hope that it showcases to somebody else to make them feel some way about? That's all I'm saying. Just buy what you like and wear what you like. And then,
well, that's sort of like these people who message me and they're like, is it limited? And I go, does it fucking matter? I go, how many times have you, like, so the conversation we had a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. I go, how many times have you been out and you ever seen somebody else out in a Friday drop?
Yeah.
How many times have you ever bumped into somebody wearing the same fucking Friday drop?
Yeah, if you got it on, and you might see somebody else, maybe with a different one, but hardly ever would you see a guy with the same exact hat.
No, and it's like, I mean, like, and like where I am in New York, I would rarely see anybody in a Goorin, and if I did, it was like a Black Panther or a goat hat or a capsule hat, maybe. Or if I went into my buckle store, they were wearing them in there. Like, that's it. When I go on vacation or something, like if I came to like Orlando or I went to Vegas or something, then I'd occasionally see capsule hats and stuff like that. But I'll tell you, the most times that I've ever seen people wearing Friday drops are at my events. Like, that's the most place that I've ever seen them.
Absolutely. I mean, because even here in Dallas, now that they have the shop down in Deep Ellum, downtown, you see more people wearing Goorin hats, but you still don't see people with the Friday drops.
No.
You really don't. So I don't even know. Do you have the same issue as me? When I tell people about the app in real life, they act like I'm speaking Mandarin or something. Like they don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand. How is it so hard? Hey, they drop a hat every Friday. It will sell out rather quick. So, it's just kind of like a limited thing. And then they're just, they don't understand.
What we don't realize is, like, even with Goorin Bros fans, like the people in the Facebook group, and like I think the people in there don't even understand it, is that this community is a lot smaller than you think. Like, it's not like this huge like community where there's billions of people, you know what I mean? Like, we're like a kind of niche kind of group here, like where like there's an elite group of people who are into, they know Friday, they know what time, they got to be there, and like they're ready to go on Friday drops. And then there's like the casuals who are like, they're like, oh, they'll log in at 3:40, and if it's still there, they might get it. And then there's the people who just have no clue. They're the ones leaving comments this morning and go like, price, like where is this? It's not on the app. I'm like that's the frustrating. Like, and then there's even worse where they still don't know about Hat Talk Live and they don't know how to click fucking subscribe on YouTube, which is the most frustrating shit that keeps me awake at night when we talk about not being able to sleep as we go full circle in this. I'm like, why can you not understand to watch Hat Talk Live every week?
It is funny though, because it's sold out. It's like, man, that drop came out 4 hours ago, man.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Charisma's asking what animal, like, what are your favorite animal patches? They're must-haves for you.
I was thinking, I love a good owl patch. Not gonna lie.
So who me?
I love gators, alligators. I'm still waiting for maybe a Friday drop to have an alligator on it. What else? Man, I'm trying to look around and just give me
last week's that slippery patch was a real good patch. Real good detail on that patch.
I think anything like a rugged animal, like an alligator, like a buffalo, like a bear, a wolf, those stuff that kind of speaks to you in a different level. But also, I would say, to go off of that, must-haves. A lot of times, I think patches that have like cats. Oh, I don't know if it's just because I'm not a cat person or something, but I stay away from cat hats. And not saying I don't like dogs, but I don't really have any. Maybe you've had a Rottweiler on it or something.
Yeah. Cats and dogs are kind of like specific to like if you're a cat person or you're a dog person. And then even more with dog people, it's got to be the specific breed of dog for you to really like. Because like the Amigo one is like, oh, that's a cool one, but I don't have a Chihuahua. So I'm like, I don't really want to buy a Chihuahua hat. But if it was, like my dogs, like my Dachshunds, I'm like, all right, I'm buying every one that they put out with that on there.
Yeah, my mom has a Frenchie hat,
Okay, yeah.
Out of that. So, my family.
That hits a certain, I feel like there's a certain audience for those ones, like that bestie hat. Like if you have that type of dog or, I know a lot of girls are all about the besties shit now, like that.
Yeah,
that's not my fucking thing. We don't have besties in the fucking.
Yeah, we're not going to be here.
What's that?
I see that heavyweight hat up there, though, man.
Yeah. Well, that was my first purchase of the pandemic. So like, we were sitting home, and that was the first one, like the first purchase, like because I was like, well, I don't know how long we're gonna be home, and I like, when am I ever gonna wear this? But I had a Mike Tyson sweatshirt, like Roots of Fight Mike Tyson hoodie, and it said heavyweight champ on it. And I was like, oh, that hat would go real nice with that.
That's a banging patch, man. That's one where if I see it, I immediately go, that's an animal I want to have,
Yeah.
Speaking of Roots of Fight, I just got the Rocky Marciano hoodie to go with the fighter hat.
Okay.
So as soon as I saw that, it's yellow and it says Rocky Marciano in red, and on the back it's got like 49-0, his record in his years.
Yep.
I was like, man, that goes hand in hand with the drop,
Yeah, I just bought they dropped a Rowdy Piper one yesterday too.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And that's another one. That's tough. That Rowdy.
Yeah, I had to grab that because they were on sale yesterday too, and I think maybe still today. There's 20% off. I love Roots of Fight stuff. Congratulations!
Why I got it, 20% off.
Crazy Hawk just became a YouTube member in here on a Saturday morning. Appreciate him becoming a member. Thank you, Crazy Hawk. Appreciate that. So, Jeff, I can't say I thank you for taking your time on a Saturday morning. This was a great conversation. I hope you definitely come back on Hat Talk Live. You're always welcome, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.
On there, man. No doubt.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks and having a couple drinks with you. And I'm sure everybody else who's there is going to be happy to meet you too as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy to meet everybody. Got a lot of good people I've seen in this group that seem like really amazing people. So
absolutely. So Great episode. I'm very happy that you came on. I thank you so much. Stick around. I'm going to close out the show. You can stick around while I close it out and
All
everything.
right, man.
But
Thank
if anybody else out there is interested in being a guest on Collector Spotlight, definitely hit me up. The email is in the description of this show. You can hit me up there, or you can just DM me wherever you can contact me. And again, thank you, Jeff Blair. Nice meeting you today, and we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.
All right.
All right. All right, that's it for a Saturday morning, guys. I will be back on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, for another episode of Hat Talk Live. We'll see you guys then. Appreciate you guys all coming in on a Saturday morning and checking this out, and enjoy the rest of your weekends and everything. And we'll see you Thursday night. Peace.